Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for, this is your November bonus reading, I should say. We are just going to jump right in here, and we're going to do just like a general Celtic cross. So in your general energies, you have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, of course, could be love, but the other thing I would say about the Page of Cups is that he is like dreaming. I'll show you in a minute, but he has that fish in that cup, and I always say that fish is something that maybe he really needs to grab onto. It's like something that could make him very successful, or it could be part of his purpose right here with the Judgment card. It could just be an idea he has for his life, and it's something that he needs to kind of create. I always say, like, when you think about it, fish are very slippery. So this is something that, he needs to grab onto very quickly before it slips away. And, I kind of get that energy for you. I kind of feel like the problem here is the Hermit. It's funny. The Hermit is not like a bad card. And it is, it is your crossing energy, but I don't look at crossing energy in a Celtic cross as a bad thing either. It can be what hurts you or helps you. But, really, I feel in this situation, I don't know what to call this. Honestly, I don't know how to describe this energy that I'm getting here. But I kind of feel that you feel like that you're going to have to do something again, And so you have the Five of Pentacles here. And so what I feel is that maybe, let's just say like in your last relationship, you went through a lot of BS. It's like maybe you're thinking, oh, if I get into another one, I'm going to have to do that again. Same thing with like work or business. Maybe you had to go through a bunch of BS. And, again, maybe you're thinking like, oh my God, if I, get this new opportunity here, which we see right here with the Ace of Pentacles, it's going to just lead to me being left out in the cold, even though it's probably a blessing here, Libra. And that's really where I feel like this reading is going. It's like saying that something that you're thinking isn't going to be worth it is actually going to be worth it. So, I kind of feel you are, thinking about whatever this opportunity is. I'm still not clear exactly on what it is. You have the Page of Swords, which is kind of says to me, and by the way, this is showing up in the area of your mind. So this really tells me that something has maybe captured your attention or your curiosity. I always look at him as being extremely curious. He really looks into things. I always say that. To me, the Page of Swords is kind of like the detective in the tarot. He really, really, digs into things. He really kind of does his research and, kind of tries to find answers. And especially in the area of the mind, it can say that something is immature. Not that you're immature, but that the situation is not matured yet. And so you're kind of like looking at something and maybe all the pieces aren't there, clearly. We see that right here, going to the Five of Pentacles, right? So maybe you feel like an opportunity which shows up in your foundation is missing something, right? It looks like a good opportunity, though. Ace of Pentacles would be, a really good opportunity. I kind of, without clarifying, which we're going to do in a minute, I kind of feel that maybe, again, that there's like an opportunity coming in, and it's the amount of work that is causing this hesitation that I feel. It's kind of weird because there are no cards that represent like what I am feeling in this reading for you, Libra. But again, it is what it is. I read intuitively. And again, I kind of feel what's holding you back with the Ace of Pentacles is the amount of work that would be required, or what you would have to invest into something like a job, business, or something you're working on. It could be personal as well, like maybe you're working on yourself, like your health or your wealth, something more personal. And it could be a love opportunity as well. But, I think it's kind of different for all of you. But the Ace of Pentacles, I always say is like a garden. There's this garden right up front, and that's literally what it represents. It kind of says that you're getting an opportunity that is going to require, watering, weeding, fertilizing. It's going to require all this work. The thing with the Ace of Pentacles is that if we nurture it, we get the rewards, we get the harvest. If we do all those things, if we treat something like it's a garden, if we water it, weed it, fertilize it, all that other stuff. If we don't, then of course we won't. So, again, I think quite simply this reading is kind of saying you're getting an opportunity that could lead to a very strong foundation, because it is showing up in your foundation position, and I kind of feel you're saying to yourself, but, do I have the time? Do I have the resources? Do I really want to do this? And I don't know. I can't answer that question for you. Even in the area of the energy of what you're moving past, you have the Four of Swords. So this energy is showing up in the past, and it also kind of represents what you are moving past in a Celtic cross. And so I feel like you've maybe created a certain level of peace in your life, and maybe things aren't perfect, but at the same time, it could be that if you accept this opportunity, that it would kind of interrupt your peace. But again, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. Again, it could just be that it's going to require, this opportunity is going to require a little bit more work than you're used to, or, and again, maybe you've been resting and relaxing a lot, so you're going to have to kind of break out of that, right? And so that's kind of like the feeling I get here. But, he's hoping and praying right here, and he's hoping and praying for a blessing. There's a person right here who's receiving a blessing from another person. And again, we have the Hierophant here. He is making a symbol with his hands here that kind of represents a blessing. So I feel that, again, you are hoping and praying for some sort of blessing. In your current, kind of in the very near future, like right now, you have the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like you're feeling left out in the cold. It's like I don't feel good or bad about this Five of Pentacles either. I feel that, you're kind of in this neutral position, and I feel even some of you just feel that you're in a neutral position, that things aren't necessarily moving forwards or backwards, but it's more neutral. And I kind of feel you do want to get up and go. You want to make things work. I also feel this could be a future fear, that you're, like I said at the beginning of the reading, that you're fearing that if you get into another similar situation, that it's going to be exactly like the first time. But I feel like this time is different. So, and I'm not saying if there's a person coming back that is trying to tell you oh, I'll be different this time. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you moving to a completely new opportunity. So I want to make that very clear. It's I think that if this is love, it's a new person, right? And it is very different. So, if it's business, again, new business, new job, something coming in, and I do feel it is different. I kind of feel, in the next few months, you have the Three of Pentacles, and I feel it would be very helpful for you to kind of, number one, work with other people. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. Everybody gets it nowadays. I personally believe, obviously, that we're moving into a time of co-creation, especially with Pluto going into Aquarius, officially at the end of next year, around November, so basically a year from now. But, it's moving forward back into Aquarius. It's going to retrograde again back into Capricorn and then officially move into Aquarius. So, we got this back and forth. But what I would say is that kind of teamwork makes the dream work with Pluto and Aquarius. So anything you can do to work with other people would be very, very beneficial. The other thing is that even if you don't work with other people, if you're doing something like creating something for like a creative project for the world, if you're sharing your voice on YouTube or a podcast or whatever, you are co-creating. It's like you co-create by the things you create and put into the world. If you're keeping it trapped up here, then you're not going to co-create. Again, one of my favorite quotes of all time, I'm going to butcher it, but it's from Les Brown. He basically says the graveyard is the richest place on earth because that's where everyone's, books and goals and dreams goes to die. So, most people just hold that stuff in and then they're not co-creating. And again, not a criticism. I'm sure somebody's going to be like, how dare you talk negatively about dead people, right? I'm like, they're dead, dude. But anyway, moving on. What I would say is don't die with those wonderful things inside your head. Put them into the world. It doesn't matter if you just inspire one person, you're co-creating. I also, for whatever reason, I get something about a settlement, but it's popping into my head that if you did work like contract work or something along those lines, you could be receiving money or a settlement. I don't know. I've never gotten that on the Three of Pentacles, but it is popping into my head. It is interesting as well that you have the, Five of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles. So, again, maybe you felt like you weren't going to get money that you were owed and now you are. I feel like that's only for, some of you, obviously. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Judgment card. Yeah, you could suddenly become more social or something. It is interesting as well that it's something that kind of popped up this month. And yes, I understand we have holidays and things like that coming up, but this is different. It seems to me like people are really getting out there and, kind of maybe socializing more, just feeling like they want to socialize more, feeling like they want to be closer to the people around them. So, this is all relationships in your life, and you could really be waking up to that. You could also be waking up to the people that you should be surrounding yourself with. Again, I keep saying that there's kind of this splitting, right, going on of the energy. And I feel like some people are ascending and some people aren't. Again, not a criticism. We are here to have an experience and some people just aren't here to ascend, right? Plain and simple. And I feel like this is saying that you're being drawn to people who kind of more match your energy. And so again, you could find yourself spending less time with some people and spending more time with other people. I kind of get that here and definitely popping into my head. So that's pretty much all I get. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Hierophant. Yeah, I feel like you're feeling blessed. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it you? I'm pretty sure it was you that I titled your November reading something about blessings or something like that, Libra. So, again, if I did, I'm actually kind of trying to check right now, sneaky. But no, it was something about a powerful transformation. But again, whatever, doesn't matter. I feel like there's some blessings coming in for you here. And, these are things that you've probably been hoping and praying for, or it's something that you've been hoping and praying for. Again, I think the only challenge here is doubting it. Too many people, I feel, ask the universe for something, and the universe brings it in, and then what do? We doubt it, right? It's kind of funny because, every single podcast I've ever been on, people ask me, do you read for yourself? And I always say no. And, I don't care. If people want to read for themselves, that's fine. But the reason that I think people shouldn't read for themselves, and, I've heard this from a million people, is that, they'll pull cards, they don't get the answer they want, and they pull more cards to get the answer they want. So that is kind of like what I'm talking about here. Like, don't doubt the first answer that you're getting. Like, if you ask the universe for a job opportunity and you get a job offer, take it. Same thing with love. It's like maybe you attract a person and it's what you asked for, but maybe you're a little bit unsure. This says just go on a date. Don't overinvest. Go for it. I really feel the universe is kind of blessing you here. You have the world as your outcome, which is amazing. This would definitely be an achievement or you achieving something that you've wanted. So love this reading here, Libra. Definitely going in a good direction. So let's see. With the Page of Cups and the Hermit, you have the Three of Swords. Definitely could have been a breakup or a separation that you've been through that put you in hermit mode. Again, I feel like something kind of like tainted your view of how you see, something. And I know I'm speaking very generally here, although it is a general reading. And I feel it could have to do with an opportunity that you invested in. Like maybe you had an opportunity that you really nurtured in the past, love or otherwise, doesn't matter. And I feel that it kind of put you into hermit mode. The thing about the hermit, though, that I will say is that it's about needing to realize that you've been through the dark night of the soul. He has a star in his lantern here, and he needs to open that lantern up. He needs to shine that star all over the place. Sorry, I didn't want to do that. He needs to shine that star all over the place. That could be some inspiration. It could be him moving in a new direction. Could be anything. With the Page of Swords, you have the Ace of Cups here. Definitely could be new love coming in for you. It's also pretty crazy to me that almost every single sign has had multiple aces again. This happened like a few months ago where everybody was getting multiple aces, and it's happening again. Kind of makes sense because, we have these eclipses, and eclipses can definitely, they're kind of like karmic, right? They can bring back karma or opportunities, things like that. So I would definitely be open to any new opportunity that comes your way. The Ace of Cups would represent an opportunity that is kind of self-filling, something that is also very fulfilling. And I feel there could be a lot of fulfillment. This does not have to be love opportunity. This could just be a job or a new beginning. With the ending with the world kind of suggests a new beginning. In the major arcana, we go from the Fool to the World, and then we start all over again as a world, or as the Fool. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Empress. A lot of abundance coming your way. I really feel that in this reading. Whatever you're working on or whatever you're blessing or hoping for, I feel like you are being blessed. You have a very good solid foundation here as well. So kind of like I said earlier, I definitely don't doubt yourself, Libra, because I feel that you have, this really tells me, this is showing up in your foundation. It basically says that you have the skills to create the abundance because it's showing up as something that's foundational to you. So there you go. With the Four of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, you could have been healing from something that you thought was a wish or a dream come true, and it turned out that it wasn't. Maybe this is something that turned out to be a nightmare or, something very challenging. And so I feel for a lot of you, this is saying that you had to really heal from something like a big loss, right? With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups here. A lot of stuff about your community going this way. Both of these cards can represent teamwork, work, being with other people. Three of Cups, to me, it has a little bit more of a tilt towards community, people in your life. We kind of said this here with the Judgment card. So you could be spending a lot of time in your community. You could be getting a lot of benefits from your community or, learning from people in your life. All that stuff would be very good. Also, teamwork would be very good as well. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords. Again, I would open up to teamwork, with the Three of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords is like a round-around situation. It's trying to handle something on your own, which I kind of get here. And so I feel that there could be a solution to any problems that you're dealing with, especially if you're stuck in some sort of never-ending nightmare. Three of Pentacles would say that there might be a person who has a better plan. Like if you're stuck in something legal, get a lawyer. If you're stuck with something health-wise, get a doctor. If you're stuck in some other area of your life, there could be someone you look up to or a mentor who kind of has some answers for you. And I kind of feel that here, someone who has a better plan. But the Nine of Swords is like having a nightmare, waking up, being stuck in a nightmare. But I always say that something hasn't been painful enough for him to get out of bed, on the Nine of Swords. He's in pain, but it's not painful enough, And usually people don't change until something is painful enough. And I kind of feel this is saying, like, don't allow something in your life that is repeating that could easily be solved by working together with other people. Don't allow that to hold you back from, your true success here. Look at this with the Judgment card. You have the Three of Pentacles. So, we talked all about teamwork on the Judgment card and finding the right people to surround you. So I definitely feel that here. This could also be a judgment. Like I said, I was getting something here between these here, something about like a settlement, which I do not normally consider the Three of Pentacles to be a card of a settlement. Really, of course, justice, but Two of Pentacles, there are a couple cards in the tarot that I call clue cards. They're just a clue to me that something could be going on in the background. It's not like accurate tarot, it's just, something that I do, right? And Two of Pentacles is normally my card of receiving a settlement or a payout or something like that. Sometimes when I get it intuitively. But the weird thing is, again, I'm getting it on the Three of Pentacles. So, some of you, maybe the round-around situation here could have been you waiting for a settlement or waiting to receive money from, back from something. And so I feel like you could be receiving money back from something here. You cannot make this up. With the Hierophant, you have the King of Swords. I'm telling you right now, some sort of expert has your blessings as well. King of Swords is literally my card, as I described, of if you have a problem, go find an expert, basically, because they'll be able to solve your problem very quickly. And, this is probably where your blessings are going to come in. I also feel that for a lot of you that there just could be blessings coming in from a person. They could be blessing you with like knowledge and wisdom. So I would definitely, the whole entire reading is saying that opening up to teamwork is going to lead to a lot more success. So, this could be a person who wants to help you or who wants to guide you in your life at this time. And I would allow it for sure. This could also be love, by the way. Again, if you want love, there could be a person that you'll marry like in the future. And, the King of Swords would be someone very mature, someone with a lot of knowledge, wisdom. Definitely could be another air sign, but, could be any sign. Take it how it resonates. With the World, you have the Two Wands. The Two Wands, he has his whole world in his hands, and he needs to leave a comfort zone. And so the Nine of Swords is a comfort zone, believe it or not. The Nine of Swords, normally that guy has a blanket on his lap, and the blanket is a comfort blanket. So I feel for a lot of you that, stepping outside of a comfort zone, accepting a new opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles, this is going to lead to a lot of success. This opportunity is a big opportunity, but you're going to have to put the work in, is kind of what this reading is saying to me. It's saying that, there's a big offer that's going to be very abundant, Ace of Pentacles and the Empress, but it's going to require you to maybe leave some area of your life that has been a comfort zone, but an uncomfort zone, right? So let's see. We're pulling 5 main themes. You have the Seduction card. I do feel like there could be love coming in for you here. Again, you have the Page of Cups. It does not seem like a major thing. And again, I feel like you see it as work, which we kind of said earlier. So I feel like you're kind of being very careful of how much time you spend where. And yeah, I do feel like there could be someone who's like very attractive coming in for you, or someone trying to seduce you. I don't know. I just see you taking your time with this. I'm not saying it's not going to go anywhere, because actually I feel like it could. You have the King of Swords with the Hierophant, which would be marriage. But, I feel like just, take your time. You have this Order card. I feel like you are trying to bring order to your life, of course, with this energy. And, that's part of the Ace of Pentacles is, bringing things into order. Obviously, you can only spend so much time, on an opportunity. Obviously, you only have so much time during the day. So, with the big opportunity, you're going to have to reorder your day. And that's definitely popping into my head. Again, I kind of feel like that's why I get this sense of hesitation with the Five of Pentacles. Because, if you're getting a big opportunity, and, this could be anything, really. This could be a job, a business. It could be you moving as well with the World and all this other stuff, but it seems to me like just intuitively, I get that there's a lot of moving parts in this opportunity that's coming in. And so you're really going to have to, budget your time and stuff like that. But again, I feel there are people who want to help you as well. So you're not like alone. You have this Vision card. I would maintain your vision. I really feel you asked for something. And it's like the universe is delivering and now you don't know what to do. Like, I gave you the example of pulling more cards to get more of an answer, right? And, I feel this is saying like, okay, you asked for something, now you're kind of getting it. And, I feel if you don't take it, the universe is gonna be like, well, why don't they take the opportunities that I give them that they asked for, right? So I think you need to be very clear on what your vision is, what you see your future being. And it's like, you don't have to know all the answers, right? But, if you ask for something and you get it, which it kind of seems like it is, like you ask for a job, you're getting it, or maybe you've been asking for moving. And I think part of the fear is that, things could be happening a little bit faster than you realize or than you want. And, I kind of feel like this is saying, do it anyway. Next, you have this resourcefulness card. You have the resources to do this. Ace of Pentacles and the Empress. We are in a time of resourcefulness, so you're going to have to be resourceful, but, where there's a will, there's a way. So I feel like you're going to be able to accomplish whatever this is. And finally, you have this Devotion card. I love this card. A lot of people have had this as well. This is a card of love. And it's kind of like the till death do us part card. So I do feel there could be a very solid connection coming in for you. But again, I don't see you like fully necessarily embracing this just yet. You might be one of those things where it starts off a little slow and then it kind of builds up from there, which is fine. But this looks pretty interesting here, Libra, I have to say. So maintain your vision, accept the opportunity that's coming in because I feel like it's a big one. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.